Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Orv3NWO bringing you another How to Survive College, and this is going to be episode 2. We're going to talk a little bit about your books for college. Um, this is a big issue, not only with college students, but this is a big. I don't really know if it'd be political issue or whatever, but it's an issue that goes around all the time. It has a lot of press around it, and it's very touchy. Uh, what I'm going to talk about basically is what you should do with your books, how to get them, where to get them, when to get them, things like that. The issue about college books is the price. And for anyone that's not in college yet or anything like that, or maybe doesn't know, um, obviously in high school, middle school, things like that, your books are provided for you. You have a class set. Sometimes you can take them home. You have a personal set or whatever. If you ding them up or mess them up, you have to pay for the book or something like that or whatever. And that's just kind of how it goes. When you get to college, at least in America, I'm not sure about England university thing like that. I would imagine that it's the same. Don't know that for sure though. What you do is they usually have a school bookstore, and you have to buy your own book for class. And this is a huge, huge source of revenue for the colleges. I would guess that they probably make more off that than almost any other thing that they charge you for. The books are ridiculously marked up, incredibly high prices. They will change the edition on them. They'll change, wordings and little things like that all the time, so that the next class has to buy a totally different book, so they can charge a little more. Also, they do that so that they don't have to pay you anything when you try and sell them back and say, well, we're not using that book next year, so I can't give you, half price back on it or something like that. To give you an idea, I have never bought a single book for a college class that was under $100. They were all over $100 at least. They were somewhere between $100 and $300, depending on the book, depending on the class, if there was a lab with it, things like that. That being said, when you go to sell them back, and this is something else, there's always that kind of. I had this feeling. I'm probably the only person on earth. I had this feeling that I wanted to keep my books. I wanted to, I might use them again. That's just how I am with books. I might read something in there that I need, and so whatever. Sell them back. Always sell them back. Now, the best idea might not be to sell them back to your own school's library, or not library, bookstore. You may need to sell them back somewhere else, and I'll get into that. The great thing about this problem is that because it is such a problem, there are starting to be more and more ways to fix this problem, and I love seeing that. I hate the fact that I'm out of school now and all this stuff has started, but there's a lot of ways to deal with this. First tip before we even get into where or why or how much to spend on books or whatever is never, ever, ever buy your books before the first day of class. Maybe not before the first week of class. Always go to the class first. 90% of the time, the professor's going to say, yeah, you need the book. But 10% of the time, there's going to be a professor that says, hey, look, I'm going to give you everything you need. Don't waste your money on this book. Or, look, you don't need the new edition. Save yourself $200 and buy last year's edition. Every once in a while, you're going to get a teacher like that. So always wait. I have never once had a teacher that got on to any student, in college anyways, for not having their book on the first day. Usually they'll give you a week, maybe a little longer, of a grace period just to get your money together and buy everything. So always wait and see if you actually need the book or whatever. Another cool thing that they've started doing, there's a bunch of different things now. One, a bunch of schools, a bunch of colleges have started renting books, which is awesome. I'm sure that there's probably websites where you can do this as well, but a lot of colleges themselves have started renting books where maybe you pay $60 for it and you get it for the whole semester instead of paying $250 and then being stuck with the book. And for most things, I hate renting. I always want to buy because I want to have something, but when books are marked up as much as they are, it really does you no good to own it. So always check and see if there's a renting option at your school. If there's not, there's a couple websites you can check out. Another thing, if you can't find that book to rent, or you just don't want to rent it, or whatever the case is, if a lot of times with labs, they'll have parts that you have to use from the book, so you have to get a new one, like tear out pages and stuff. So if it's something like that, Always check places like Amazon. There are a bunch of other websites. I'll try and link some of those in the description here where you can buy your books online. You get them a little later, usually not a big enough deal to be a problem, and you get them a ton cheaper. And some of those places you can sell your books back for a lot more money. I have literally had colleges, I've had friends of mine who went to sell their books back, selling a $200 book back and getting $25. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's worse than GameStop. That's worse than buying a $60 game and taking it back and getting 15 for it. That's horrible. That is, it shouldn't be legal, I don't think. But anyways, that's the problem that we're facing as college students. So always check places like Amazon and things like that. There's a bunch of websites that sell books a lot cheaper. And another thing is network with your friends, with other people. With Facebook is unbelievable for this. It's great. Everyone, usually when you're in college, most of your friends are the same age and around in that college age. Everyone's going to school, everyone's taking classes. There's a ton of prerequisite courses that everyone has to take. There's a really good chance that someone you know has already taken the class and needs to get rid of their book. And they will take a lot less money than they paid if it's more money than the school will pay them. So always look for your friends, to get a good deal on that. To sell your books to friends that need it, you can usually get good deals there. Again, if the person only knows that the college bookstore has it for $200, you can sell it to them for $150. So check that out. I hope that these tips have been helpful. I hope that you enjoy this series and want to keep it going. If you do, let me know in the comment section. Again, hope the video was entertaining, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.